New York, big city of dreams. I got my LA Dodger fitted on. I'm doing my things. Yo, this is every single time LA won in 2024. We got to keep documentation of this. So first off, we got to thank that boy Drake. What did Drake say on Taylor Made Freestyle?
We need to know the baby West Coast victory. We need to know the baby West Coast victory. We need to know the baby West Coast victory. We need to know the baby West Coast victory, man.
We need to know debated West Coast victory. Ain't that's what happened? So anyways, first we're going to start with Kendrick versus Drake. This is really the first big win for LA for the year. After this, the W's just started compiling crazy. Kendrick went crazy on Drake. We hadn't heard from Kendrick from years. It's been years since he dropped an album. Drake comes on social media. He's taunting Kendrick. He drops the push-ups. He drops the Taylor Made. We need a no debated West Coast victory. He doesn't think it's going to happen. Then here come Kendrick.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
He dropped that Euphoria.
What I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it.
And he just didn't stop thereafter. The diss tracks just kept coming.
Somebody's lying, I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back.
And coming.
You lied about your Ghost Riders. You lied about your crew members.
And then we all know how that ended.
Yeah, it's all eyes on me, and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the wrong label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay.
But the thing that put the icing on the cake, not like us, was one thing, but what really put the icing on the cake in our next West Coast victory for 2024 was the pop-out show on Juneteenth.
If you know this shit, sing this shit, y'all.
Say what?
This was just a complete victory lap around Drake and a victory lap for LA.
Fucking Wayne Curry, he was in jail, that's him. They get his face tatted like a picture pilot.
And we all know how that show ended.
Yeah, it's all eyes on me, and I'ma send it up the. Hey, put the wrong label on me, I'ma get.
I mean, this was the biggest West Coast celebration, the biggest celebration for LA until the Dodgers won the World Series. And we're going to get there, don't you worry. The next W for LA and for California as a whole, but we just talking about one city. Shout out to the Bay, shout out to Dago. Dodgers versus Yankees. This is what we all been waiting for. Dodger fans, we all would like to win a World Series, but if you could pick any team to face in the World Series, yeah, we want the Yankees, and we want to beat the Yankees. We got so many W's, the next W isn't even the World Series victory. It's the performance before the World Series.
Make some noise and throw up your dubs for the West Coast Don, Ice Cube!
We had Ice Cube perform at the beginning of one of the games, and we won the game. It was such a great performance. The crowd was into it. The players were into it. Shout out to Jazz Chisholm from the Yankees. Even he was into it.
West Coast, please, before any of you Yankees get hard. Homies, rewind my part, sing it.
And then you compare that to the Yankees, our opponents. Who did they have for their halftime show?
Faces back, I think I'd much rather follow them.
And wasn't that performance horrible?
Everybody tell me crazy how the ace go pitch. We gonna hit it out the park every time we hit.
You gonna put Fat Joe against Ice Cube? This is no comparison. Compare that to the vibes that were on display during Ice Cube's performance at Dodger Stadium. Even the coach knows this song. So anyways, let's get on to our next W. The actual Dodgers versus Yankees series. And the first huge moment from that series, Freddie Freeman, walk-off grand slam.
Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball to right field. See it! Freddie! Game 1 of the World Series!
That wasn't even the series ender. There's another series ending moment that we're going to get to, but I just want to show you guys how the LA culture, it reverberates throughout not only LA, but the whole state. Here's a clip from the Laker game when that same grand slam that we just watched was happening. The crowd at the Laker game, they're not even watching the game in this moment. They're reacting to the Dodger game.
You hear the crowd erupting here.
Why is that, Ryan?
That's because they know the Dodgers have just beaten the Yankees on a walk-off grand slam by Freddie Freeman.
Wow.
Actually, can we see that Freddie Freeman walk-off grand slam just one more time? Let's see it one more time.
Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone!
That's not even the hit or the game that won us the World Series. That was just one game. It was a big game. It's a walk-off grand slam. It was at the bottom of the 10th inning. Actual game that won us a series. It just so happened to be one of the greatest comebacks in baseball history. We were down 5-0 versus New York. The Yankees had like 2 home runs in a row. They were up 5-0 on us. top of the fifth. And then the LA Dodgers, we just get this amazing comeback. Everything just starts going right for us. We score 1 point, then we score 2, then we got 4, then it's tied. And somehow it's 7-6. We're up 7-6. Then the whole game comes down to this one moment. Verdugo, New York Yankees, man, that boy looked nervous, waiting for that pitch. He needs to hit a home run or it's game over. This one strike won us the World Series.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
Beautiful, right? Gorgeous. But let's go back to hip-hop one time. The next West Coast W, we gotta give props to the guy, Tyler, the Creator. He drops the biggest, highest-selling hip-hop album of the year up until that point. Out of nowhere, he just moves 300,000 units swiftly.
Damn, big deal. How the fuck he do that? What the fuck I look like? Get the fuck about him.
Tyler, he's from Hawthorne. And to top off his huge album, it's a huge album he had. To top it off, he goes and he throws his 10th annual anniversary Camp Flog Gnaw Carnival, which is held at Dodger Stadium every year. So we got to give it up for Tyler, the Creator. Next West Coast W, it's Kendrick again. Yo, the year belonged to Kendrick and the Dodgers. But this time it's the TDE's Top Dog Entertainment's annual Christmas party, which is held in Watts every year. That's actually where I was born, Watts in MLK Hospital. Kendrick gives a free concert. It's all basically for the kids. And I think there's a toy drive that happens there too. We just got to see a very heartwarming moment with Kendrick, the kids enjoying his music. You know, this is in Watts. These are residents of LA, residents of Watts, South Central, all the surrounding areas. So this is actually a huge win because how many other record labels do this? Okay, so how many W's we have so far? We got a lot of different W's. But next, it's actually a W from the Lakers, who this year they haven't been doing as well as the Dodgers did, but that's fine. Because it seems that the Lakers may have drafted in 2024 the best rookie of that class, Dalton Knecht.
Good one, too, in Reddish. Lob, Knecht, yes! From Reeves.
Oh, sure, he's having fun. There's another look at that quick dunk right there.
Bring it down to 11, and Knecht right back to 14. Another one!
Dalton Knecht on November 19th. He set a new Lakers franchise record with 9 3-pointers made, tied the all-time NBA record for most 3-pointers made. He had a run of 22 straight points between the third and fourth quarter.
About it, he's going on it, he's going on its way, down it goes! Knecht has the last 15 for the Lakers.
Oh, they had it set up again.
Here he goes, trying it again! Unreal!
Uh-oh! He's a sniper, boy, I tell you. He just is shooting the lights out.
Gonna try it again! Got it!
But again, they set the screen, they free him up. I mean, I don't know what Sexton was doing.
So you got to remember, the most 3-pointers for the Lakers in one game, the record belongs to Kobe Bryant. He hit 12 3-pointers against the Supersonics on January 7, 2003. Right below Kobe is Knecht. Below Knecht is LeBron James. So Knecht, again, the Lakers, we might have just drafted the best rookie of this class. Final W, and just the icing on the cake for a great year for LA, is Kendrick Lamar's album. He dropped a new album, GNX. He dropped the album out of nowhere. I mean, it was a surprise drop. And it had so many different features from guys from LA, local rappers, underground rappers. It's the most regional sounding album that Kendrick Lamar has made so far. Kendrick Lamar always works with West Coast producers from Soundwave, Tay Beast. In all his albums, Kendrick Lamar is working with West Coast producers one way or another. But this is the most regional sounding album. Songs like Squabble Up. Songs like Hey Now.
If they talking about playing ball, they can take it up with Jordan. It's ball heads in the heckler for all endorsements.
And to have those underground features from those local rappers, it just felt like such a cultural moment for the city. Some people didn't like the album, that's fine. You're not really going to meet people on the West Coast who live on the West Coast who just cannot relate to the album because these are sounds that we grew up with. Whether Kendrick is using Draco the Ruler's flow or whether the beats are sounding more hyphy or jerk movement influence. Like these are all sounds that we've heard before. And it just feels like a celebration. So that's every time LA won in 2024. Let me know if I missed anything. And what was y'all's favorite moment? I think my favorite moment was, I would say Kendrick dropping Euphoria. Because of all the other diss records that Kendrick released, even Not Like Us, Euphoria for me was the most shocking. Because I didn't think he was going to respond to Drake. You know, Kendrick didn't really drop music like that. Before this, there's something that gets lost in all of this. Now that Kendrick has released all the diss records and he's dropped GNX, what gets lost is that there were a lot of people, Kendrick fans included, who were like questionable if Kendrick was even going to respond to Drake's diss records. Like, or if he does respond, it's going to be in November. Like he's going to take forever because this is like the pace at which Kendrick was dropping music at that time. But when Euphoria comes out, it's like, okay, play ball. And then my second favorite moment would be the Dodgers World Series. Not even the victory, just that time where we're in the World Series. You walk around any part of California, not just LA. It's Dodger hats everywhere. So that was a big moment for us. Again, got to give it up for the guy, Drake. Very prophetic. He predicted this, the no debated West Coast victory. Let's hear that again.
We need to know the baby West Coast victory. We need to know the baby West Coast victory. We need to know the baby West Coast victory. We need to know the baby West Coast victory, man.
So anyways, be sure to subscribe if you have not already. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.